A very pleasant morning, children, and I welcome you all to today's session again. And I hope you all must be doing great at your ends. So, in yesterday's session, we were doing Act 4, Scene 1, that is trial scene. And so far, we have come across the fact that Duke has tried to convince Shylock in some or the other way so that he can actually lower the intensity of the will that is there, the bond that was signed between Shylock and Antonio. In the bond it was mentioned, but Shylock is adamant on having the terms and the conditions of the bond. And now we will see how actually they try to save Antonio from the clutches of Shylock. I request you all to open your books to page number open your books to page number 162, line number 105. Now, open your books to page number 162, line number 105. We are going to start from Duke's speech. Duke, upon my power, I may dismiss this No, we'll revise Shylock's speech first and then we'll come to Duke's speech. Shylock, what judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave, which like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and slavish manner. Now, Shylock is saying that I am not fearful of any sort of judgment at all, and in your within Venice also there are so many purchased slaves. The slaves that you have actually made slaves through power of money. So do I ask you to let those slaves go, and then you use those slaves to meet your selfish ends. So should I ask you to let those slaves go? Then he says, because you bought them, shall I say to you, let them be free? Though you have paid money to them, but still should I be telling you that I should let them go? Because you bought them, shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to their heirs, why sweat they under burdens? Now he is saying that since you have bought them, can I tell you that let them free, let them marry to their successors, and why you burden them with so much of work, why you burden them to perform so much of work? Let their beds be made as soft as yours. Let the bed for them, that is, I request you to prepare the bed for them as soft, to prepare the bedding for them as soft as you prepare for yourself. And then let their palates be seasoned with such viands. Viands means food, as I have told you yesterday also. Viands means food. He is saying that if you let them prepare a good bedding for them, and after that give them viands to eat, means give them good things that all the seasoned vegetables and seasonal fruits which you have in your palates, good food, you give them also to eat. And then he says, you will answer, these slaves are ours. And if I tell you to do all these things to your slaves, you will tell me, the reply from your side will be that these slaves are mine. So do I answer you the pound of flesh. So do I answer you because I have given so much clarification to what your demand was, to let Antonio go away without taking a pound of flesh. So I am telling you that the pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. is dearly bought means is actually bought, is actually being won, is actually what I deserve. The pound of flesh that I am asking from Antonio is something that I deserve. It's mine and I will have it. It's mine means it belongs to me and I am going to have it. If you deny me, fee upon your law. He says that if you deny me the right, if you deny me the pound of flesh that actually Antonio owes to me, if you deny me that flesh, then it will be unfortunate. It will be a misfortune upon the law of Venice, because according to the law, I am entitled to have that pound of flesh from Antonio's body. There is no force in decrees of Venice. Now he is saying that there is no force that can come from the highest authority in Venice. Highest authority in Venice, there is no such force that can come from there. I stand for the judgment. I stand for the judgment means I stand here to get the justice. Answer. Shall I have it? Now I want you answer. Will I have the justice or not? Duke, upon my power. Upon my power means power here means authority. Power over here means authority. Duke says that upon my power, I may dismiss the court. Dismiss means adjourn, or dissolve. Now the Duke is saying that I have the power. If you are asking me to give the judgment, I am telling you that since I am the Duke, I have the power, I have the authority to dismiss the court, to dissolve the court, to adjourn the court. Unless Bellario, a learned doctor whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. Now he is saying that I have the power to dismiss the court unless Bellario. Bellario means, Bellario here refers to a learned doctor of law about whom he is talking. He says unless Bellario, whom I have requested to come here and settle this case, comes here today. I have sent for to determine this. Sent for means I have sent someone to request him to come over here, interpret this and determine this. Until he comes here, I am here. I am going to dissolve the court. I am going to dismiss the court. Celerino, my lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor, new come from Padua. Now he is saying, Celerino is actually addressing to Duke, who has said that he has adjourned the court because he was waiting for Dr. Bellario to come, who was one of the most learned lawyer, or you can say doctor of law. Then Celerino responds to that and says, my lord, a passenger from Padua, I have sent a messenger. A messenger means a person who carries message from one place to another. That is, a messenger from Padua has come and is waiting outside with the letter. Duke, bring us the letters. Call the messenger. Duke says that bring the letter to me. Along with the messenger, bring the letter to me. Bassanio, good cheer Antonio. What man courage yet? Now he is saying, Bassanio is actually trying to cheer up Antonio, and he is saying that cheer up Antonio. You are a man with great courage. You are a man with great courage. The dew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all. Ere thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood. Ere means before. Ere means before. Now Bassanio is saying that cheer up, good fellow Antonio. I know that you are a brave man, and I am telling you that the Duke must have my blood, flesh, bones before he touches you, before he has even a drop of blood from your body, he needs to have my flesh, my blood, my bones, everything, and then he can have a drop of blood from your body. Antonio, I am a tainted wether of the flock. Flock means group or herd. I am the tainted wether. Wether means sick sheep. Sick wether means, over here means sick sheep. I am a sick sheep of the group. Of the flock means group. I am like a sick sheep of a group. Then he says, meest for that. Meetest for that. Meetest means destined. Meetest means destined. Meetest means destined. Meetest means destined. He's saying that I am just like a sick sheep of a group who meetest means destined, and meetest for death means destined to die. Destined to die. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground. The weakest type of fruit drops earliest to the ground. To the ground means to the floor. That I am the weakest type of fruit which drops first to the ground. The weakest fruit that is there in the tree, it drops first on the ground. Similarly, he is saying that I am like that fruit who will be dropping first on the fruit, and so let be, and let me die, let me drop on the ground. Then he says, you cannot better be employed, Bassanio. Now you cannot better be occupied, Bassanio, than to live still and write mine epitaph. Now he is saying that, Bassanio, you cannot have a better job than to keep on living till I die. And when I die, you write my epitaph. Epitaph is a stone which is there adjacent to the grave, on which we write about the person who has died. So he says that at death you write my epitaph. Now enter Nerissa dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Now enter Nerissa dressed like a lawyer's clerk, means the person who is assistant of a lawyer. Enter lawyer. Our Nerissa enters dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Duke, came you from Padua, from Bellario? Duke inquires, have you come from Dr. Bellario? Have you come from Dr. Bellario? Have you come from Dr. Bellario, who has sent you from Padua? Nerissa, from both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace. Nerissa says that, yes, my lord, I have come from Padua, and Dr. Bellario has sent me, and he has actually sent greetings to your grace. He has sent warm wishes. He has sent greeting to your grace. Bassanio presents a letter. Bassanio, why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly? Now Bassanio is saying that, why are you whet, W-H-E-T, whet means to sharpen. So he is asking, why are you sharpening your knife so quickly? Earnestly, quickly, or with much attention, very keenly, eagerly. So he is saying that, why are you sharpening your knife so eagerly, attentively? Shylock, to cut the forfeiture from the bankrupt there. Forfeiture means to cut the flesh from the bankrupt there. Bankrupt is a person who has no money. So he is saying that, I want to have a flesh from the bankrupt there. That is why I am sharpening the knife with so much of attention. Gratiano, not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew. Now he is saying that It is not on the sole of your, it is not, first sole refers to the sole of a shoe over here, and the second sole refers to our inner sole. So Gratiano is saying not on that sole of a shoe, but on your soul, that is on your inner soul or your inner conscience. Harsh you, thou makest thy knife keen. And you are actually, but because out of your cruelty, out of your inner soul that is there inside you, out of that cruelty, not because of the sole of the shoe, you are making your knife sharp. But no metal can, no, not the hangman's axe, bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Now he is saying that there is no metal, the metal of which the weapons are made up of. He is saying that there is no metal ever made like your jealousy, like your envy that is there in your heart. It is sharp than all the metals. Even the hangman, that is a person who hangs people who commit mistakes or who commit crimes. Even their they also don't even have such a soul. Even they don't have so much sharpness in their soul. The way the sharpness that you possess it is much greater than the sharpness of any metal also. The sharpness or the jealousy, the sharp jealousy that is there inside you, it is more than the metals also. Can no prayers pierce you? Prayers means can no prayers penetrate your heart? Can no prayers have impact on your heart? Can no pleading, requesting have any impact upon your heart? Shylock, no none that thou hast wit enough to make. Now Shylock is saying none that you are clever enough to make. No, you are not clever enough to to have any impact on me through any sort of pleading, requesting. Gratiano, be thou damned. Oh, may you be damned. Then he says, inexcrable dog. Inexcrable means shameless. Shameless. Inexcrable means shameless. Inexcrable dog means you are a shameless man, and may you be damned. And for the life, let justice be accused. And for your life, it is because it is the justice that you got your life that is to be accused. Why you are alive? It is the justice that has to be accused for letting you live. Accused means blamed. Accused means blamed. Accused means blamed. It is the justice that has to be accused or blamed or cursed for letting you live. Thou almost makest me waver in my faith. Your nature, your jealousy has shaken my faith, has wavered my faith, has shaken my faith. Then he says, to hold opinion with Pythagoras. Now, Pythagoras was a Greek philosopher. Now he is saying, to hold opinion with Pythagoras, you have made me waver my faith. To hold opinion with Pythagoras, that souls of animals enter themselves into the trunks of men, into the souls of men, into the trunks of men. Infuse means insert. Infuse means insert. He is saying that you are such a stone-hearted man that because of your jealousy, my faith is shaken, and I am made to believe in the Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who said that it sometimes so happens that such people behave in such a manner because souls of wild animals, they enter human souls they enter human beings, and that is and it has shaken my faith, and I am actually objected to believe in it. Thy courage spirit. Courage means cruel. Courage means cruel. Courage means cruel. Saladin is saying that your cruel spirit governed a wolf who hanged for human slaughter, even from the gallows did fell soul fleet. Now he is saying that your cruel spirit is actually governed, is ruled by a wolf who was to be hanged as a part of sacrifice, and that governed a wolf who hanged for human slaughter, even from the gallows did his fell soul fleet. Now fleet means run away. Now he is saying that I think that the soul that has entered your body is the soul entered inside you is the soul of that wolf who was to be hanged as a part of human as a part of sacrifice for human beings, and from that place, that gallows from where it was supposed to be hanged, it was supposed to be sacrificed, it escaped from there and has entered your body. And which thou layest in thy unhallowed dam, and that has entered your body by entering your unholy mother. That wolf's soul has entered your body by entering your unholy mother when you were there in her womb. Infused itself in thee, for thy desires are wolfish, bloody, starved, and ravenous. Now he is saying that I believe that that soul has entered your body because your desire, your aim is like a wolf that is very much bloody. It is actually such that it wants to take away somebody's life. It is bloody, and then he says that starved means that it is hungry. Bloody starved means it is bloodthirsty. It is bloodthirsty and hungry for human flesh. Shylock, till thou canst trail the seal from off my bound, thou shalt offendest thy lungs to speak so loud. Now Shylock is saying, until your abusive words destroy the legal safeguard, Shylock is saying that until your abusive words destroy, till thou canst trail the seal from off seal means destroy or damage the guard, damage the protection that is there. So Shylock is saying till your words, till your harsh words, they actually destroy the legal safeguard, guard on my bond. Till thou but offended thy lungs to speak so loud. If it cannot do so, then you are actually making your lungs, you are putting too much stress on your lungs by trying to influence me. Repair thy wit, go good youth, and or it will fall. You are hurting your lungs by speaking on this. Come to your senses. Means thy wit means senses. That you realize that what you are doing, you are causing damage to yourself by speaking louder in order to convince me, and it will fall. It will fall means you will destroy yourself. The way you are speaking, going on, trying to convince me, you are destroying yourself. Too cureless rude. Too cureless means something which cannot be cured. Something which cannot be cured. He is saying, I stand here for law. But whatever attempts you make, I am not going to be influenced by it. I am here standing in order to get justice. Duke, This letter from Bellario doth comment a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he? Now he's saying that Duke is saying the letter that has been sent from Dr. Bellario, it has stated that a learned doctor is going to come and intervene in this case. Where is the doctor? Nerissa. He attended here hard by. He is just close. Hard by means he is coming here to the court, and he is close by. He is heading towards the court. To know your answer, whether you will admit him, and he is standing here and he wants to know whether you will allow him to intervene in between or not. Duke, with all my heart, with all my heart means I am going to allow him to intervene with my full support. Some 3 or 4 of you go give him courteous conduct to this place. Now he is asking people who are standing there to go outside and bring the learned lawyer in a ceremonious manner, in a very welcoming manner. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter. While you people go to accompany him to the court, till that time I will hear the letter from Bellario. Now here we are going to stop today, children. We have done up till line number 153 in Act 4 Scene 1. All of you are going to revise it, and tomorrow when we come, firstly we will have a question and answer session before I start with the class. Okay? Thank you so much, children.